Good morning and happy holidays. Can you believe we're at the end of the year already? Well, as usual, I'm excited not just about the end of the year and the holidays, but about the message that you're about to hear at our Covington campus at one of our services. So tune in, listen up, and my prayer is that you'll be engaged and impacted by what you hear. Meet me right back here in 26 minutes.
I want to say welcome to our television audience. If you're joining us by TV, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We appreciate you taking out the time to worship with us here at Faith Bible Church. Amen. Last week, man, we started a new series called #Life Goals. How many got goals for your life? You got stuff that you want to do, stuff that you want to accomplish, things, places you want to go, people you want to see, things that you want to do. And then how many of you already, you look at your life and you're like, I don't know if it's going to turn out the way I want it to turn out. Come on, tell the truth. How many of you say, it ain't turning out the way I want it to turn out? Come on. Come on now. She ain't who I thought she was. Don't tell her. Stay up here. Watch this. We all have what we want our lives to look like, and so many times they don't end up looking like that. And as I said last week, man, it's not. A lot of times we got things that we could point to as reasons why it don't turn out the way we want it to turn out. The sickness, the relationship, the divorce, the kids, the this, the that, reasons why things don't turn out the way we want it to turn out. And the thing that I want to impress upon you during this series is that it's not because of exterior stuff that our lives don't turn out the way we want them to turn out, but instead that it's because of stuff that we either do or don't do, choices that we either make or don't make, that oftentimes, most of the time, lead us to the place where we are. And what I'm trying to teach us is how to have the life you've always wanted. Your life is made up of choices. And you can have the life you've always wanted, but watch this. I told you last week, some of it's not going to feel good, and the reason why is because oftentimes the reason why we don't end up where we want to end up in life is because we don't make the right choices, and we avoid the stuff we don't want to hear, we don't want to do, the stuff that don't make us feel good. And listen. If you want the life you've always wanted, you can't be committed to the stuff that makes you feel good. Some stuff you're going to have to do. Some stuff you're going to have to refrain from doing if you want the life you've always wanted. Everybody sacrifices. Who did I say sacrifices? Everybody sacrifices, no matter who you are. How you say that, Pastor? Because the choice to not sacrifice is the choice to sacrifice what I really want in my life. When I choose not to sacrifice in any area of my life, I'm choosing to resign myself to where I'm at now or worse. And so what I sacrifice is what I want later on. You know, me and Joyce, we're in a pretty good season of our life, and I call it a season because I know that seasons don't last always, but we're in a good season of our life. We got 2 in college and 1 about to graduate, and, you know, they're doing well, and, 1 in junior high. I don't know how in the world, why in the world we did that, we'd be done. But I was talking to her last night, and I was like, babe, I said, what's some of the things that we've sacrificed to be where we are right now? And she said, Puh. I said, what you mean? She said, first of all, let's start with your kids. And fellas, just in case you don't know, whenever your wife, your woman come to you and say, your kids, get ready. I don't know why when they did something wrong, they always got to be your kid. Oh, not in my kid. But when they do something right, oh, look at my baby. She said, let's start with your kids. All we've sacrificed for them. She said, you know how many shoes I could have had? Shoes? What? If we wasn't paying for private school, you know how many pair of boots I passed up to educate them? And she started naming the sacrifices that we made. She reminded me. She said, babe, she said, that Xterra you bought me when we first got married. She said, it was ugly when you bought it. She said, and as the years went on, it just got uglier and uglier. She said, but we rode that thing. I said, yeah, we did ride it. I said, how long we had that car? We had that car for 15 years. It's a long time to have a car, an ugly car. But we rode that sucker until it died, and we woke it up and rode it again. Note free. And this wasn't, this was the kind with roll-up windows. And when I say roll-up windows, I mean the kind, come on now, 70 babies know what I'm talking about, 90 babies don't even know. They ain't never seen a car like that. You want to roll up somebody, don't let somebody get out the other side and don't roll up the window. Now what you got to do, you got to, come on now, y'all know what I'm talking about. You want to lock the doors, you don't just hit no lock. You got to go around to every door. Boom. Boom. We kept that car though. We rode it and rode it and rode it. She drove it. Then I finally got tired of seeing her ride in it. My car broke down. Got to a place where we needed another car. And that's just how I do. My wife gonna ride the nicer car. So if that was the nicer car, you can imagine what my car looked like. But then when we got ready to get another car, we bought another car. She got the nicer car. I kept the Xterra. And by the time I got it, it sounded like they used to call me Lawnmower Man. Because you could hear me coming. That truck sounded like brrr, brrr. But we kept riding it. We kept riding. Did I want a newer car? Absolutely. Wanted a newer car. But I was putting a son through private school. Did I want a new car? Absolutely wanted a new car. But we also wanted to build a house. Did I want a new car? Absolutely wanted a new car. But we also wanted to get out of debt. And we sacrificed in order to get where we really wanted to be, because we understood that we cannot have it all right now and have it like we want it later on. And so we sacrificed later on. And I'm going to tell you this, we taught our kids to sacrifice too. Oh, no, this ain't going to be no deal like mama and daddy doing all the sacrificing and y'all reaping all the rewards. Oh, no. Y'all going to sacrifice with us. Cable television, we went without it for a year. A year, Pastor? A whole year. And ask me how bad I felt about it. Not bad at all. My kids was growing up, they didn't get a new outfit for every holiday. Amen. They didn't get no Easter outfits and Christmas outfits, and some of y'all get them a new, they got a Veterans Day out. What? They never served. Mama got me these shoes for Veterans Day. Wait a minute. You know what I noticed? It taught them. And it's a shame now, because now I got to teach my kids to at least look decent. Because they don't care. It don't matter to them what kind of shoes they got on, what kind of pants they got on. What kind of, now I got to say, brother, it's got a hold. No, you can't wear that to church. Come on, man. I taught them what to value. I taught them to sacrifice. I taught them that you got to give up something in order to get where you're trying to go. Parents, listen, teach your kids to sacrifice. And we say, well, I want my kids to have it better than I had it. That's why I work hard. I hear you, but here's what you're forgetting, and what we oftentimes forget as parents, and that is what made you who you are is the fact that you didn't have it all. That taught you how to save money. That taught you how to say no to yourself. That taught you how to say, I can't have it right now. I got to sacrifice right now so I can have it later on. And now we just give them and 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 can't figure out why they're ungrateful. Wow. Can't figure out why they don't appreciate nothing. Can't figure out why they can't work their way out of a wet paper bag. Reason why is because we're giving them everything. Teach them to sacrifice. You got $10 that you earned. What you gonna do with it? Pay your tithes? Put something up for savings? Now you got $8. What you gonna do? Well, I wanted a game that costs 10. You got a problem. The best lesson that my parents could have ever taught me, one of them, is that $1 got 4 corners. What that mean? It comes to an end. There is no endless supply. And if you want this big item, you got to sacrifice the small items in order to get that big item. Some of y'all worried right now. It's November 12th. Christmas 6 weeks away. You trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to get in some more debt to get these ungrateful heathens what they want for Christmas. Ask me how worried I am about Christmas. Not at all. Not at all. I'm going to take what I have and get what I can. And I see how y'all looking at me. I used to be the same way. Go all out, break my back, go crazy. It's one day. And you know what I figured out the first year I didn't buy them all that junk? They loved me anyway on December 26th. And they still wanted some more junk. Teach them to sacrifice. Teach them to live without. Teach them that you can't have everything right now. Some of us got to teach ourselves the same thing. We got a whole lot of kid problems that a sacrificial parent wouldn't fix. We got a whole lot of kid problems that a sacrificial parent would fix. Come here, somebody. Cut the TV off and help them with their homework. Your kid failing in school because you won't sacrifice your favorite show. Come on now. Got a $100 pair of pants on and a 25-cent mine. Because you won't do their homework with them. Sacrifice for your children. Give up what you want. I'm going to say this and I'll move on because I feel my love offering going down. I'm going to be all right, though. You aborted your right to you being the first priority when you decided to make a baby. You got to sacrifice. You got to give it up. Me and Joyce drove that truck, man, till the wheels fell off. Till the wheels fell off. I had a car, my car, the airbags had deployed. I stuffed them suckers back in the seat. Cut that one out the steering wheel, kept riding. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. You have to learn the law of sacrifice. Listen, listen, listen. Some of us, you know you need to go back to school. you got more potential than what you're exhibiting right now. But you don't want to sacrifice. You spend way too much time watching TV. And this is what you need to know about them folks you watching. Yeah, you know everything there is to know about Olivia Pope. You know everything there is to know about Lucius and Cookie Lion. If I asked you about the show, you could give me the rundown, detail, every episode, everything. And this is what you don't understand. They got theirs. And you giving up yours to support theirs. They ain't sacrificing nothing for you. And you sacrificing a better future for yourself for them. Where they do that at? Give me 1 Kings 17. Let's go back to it. Give me verse 10. Watch this. Remember, this is Elijah. And Elijah, God sent them to Zarephath, to a widow. And we said that that was weird because Zarephath was the place of his enemy, Jezebel, where she lived at. And he sent him to a widow. And that was weird because provision back then for ladies came from their husbands. And if she was a widow, she didn't have provision to begin with. All of the ladies depended on their husbands for their everything. So it wasn't no such thing as no INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that meant? They did not know what that meant at all. She got her own car. She got her own house. The game upset her. Somebody looking like he know too much of that song. It wasn't none of that. They didn't have that. She depended on her husband. So watch this. He sends him to the place of his enemy to see a widow who had no provision. And then watch this. When he gets there, she's gathering her own sticks. That further said that she was poor because anybody who had anything didn't gather their own sticks. They had people to do that for him. So he sends him to the place of his enemy in the middle of a famine to see a widow who was dirt poor. And then she further certifies the fact that she was poor when he got there. So he rose, went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow was there gathering sticks. Watch this. And he called her and said, please get me a little water in a what? That I may what? He asked her for some water in a jar. She immediately goes to get the water. No problem. And then as she was going to get it, he called to her and said, please bring me a piece of bread in your what? Amen. So he asked her for the water in the jar. She immediately goes to get it. We don't have no problem. But then as she was going to get it, it's like he said, and could you bring a brother a piece of bread while you at it? Watch what happens next. But she said, as the Lord your God lives, I have no what? Bread. Only a handful of flour in a bowl and a little oil in the jar. And behold, I'm gathering a few sticks that I may go in and prepare for me and my son that we may eat it and what? Get this, he asked her for water. She ain't had no problem with that. Immediately she arose and went to go get the water. But then while she was on the way to get the water, he stops her and says, and can you bring me some what? Bread. Oh, wait, what? You asked me for what? Bread? We was cool, Mr. Preacher, when you asked me for the water. But that's just like y'all. Never get enough. Now you want my bread. I was all right when you asked me for the water, but you just couldn't be satisfied with just some what? Water. Now you also want my what? Bread. Well, let me tell you something. I don't have no bread. All I got is a little flour and a little oil, and I'm going to take it in here, and I'm going to prepare it for me and my son, and we're going to eat it and what? Watch this. Notice what she says. I have no what? Excuse me, I ain't the smartest man in the world. But if she got a little flour and a little oil, she got everything she needs to make some bread. And yet, right out of her mouth, the first statement was, I don't have no what? Yeah, but you got everything you need in order to make some what? Aren't we like this with God? Come on, tell the truth. We in church, it's Sunday. Aren't we usually in the business of telling God what we ain't got? God said, give me some more of your time. I ain't got no more time, Lord. If you'd asked me for anything else, I'd have gave it to you. But time, I do not what? I ain't got it. I can't serve, no, Lord. Besides that, the people over there at Faith Bible, when you start serving, they want you to show up early and stuff, and I can't show up early. Sunday, my only day to sleep in. I can't sacrifice no time. God said, give me 1/10 of your income. Oh, no, Lord, if you had asked me for anything else, I'd have gave it to you. But see, I'm already on a shoestring budget. I can't figure out how I'm going to make it right now. If you let me hit that lottery, though, whoo. If you let these numbers hit, Lord. Come on, some of y'all be sitting there. That's why y'all don't come to church. Y'all be in front of the TV on Wednesday like this. Come on, Lord, 25, 34, 25. Let them hit. Always telling God what we do not. God says, you got it. It's just a matter of where your priorities are. And you know what always reveals our priorities? Our choices. Your choices always reveal the priorities of your life. You know why? The areas where we don't sacrifice, you know why we don't sacrifice? We got different priorities. Watch this. You got some areas in your life that ain't what you want them to be. But in that area, your priority is comfort more than it is growth. And as long as you're committed to comfort, you cannot grow. Told y'all last week, it's like me. I want to lose weight. I do. I started my diet again Monday. Me and Joyce went walking. Walked 3 miles Monday. Got up the next day, walked 3 miles Tuesday. Tuesday night, I ain't get home till later on. That morning, about 5:30, that bed was feeling right. I got a pillow top mattress too. Your body it just hug your body. Joyce say, come on, Nate. I say, I'm coming. Get up, Nathan. I'm coming. Nate, we're going. Just go without me. I ain't going. You get on my nerves. You an exercise Nazi. That's what you are. Too committed to comfort. Hey, what area of your life you too committed to comfort? What area you won't give up? Watch this. She said, we're going to eat it and die. You think he'd have left her alone at that point. Watch verse 13. He ain't going to leave her alone. You think he'd have felt pity for her. Then Elijah said to her, do not fear. Go. Now, remember what she just said. Me and my son going to eat it and what? What he told her? Go do what you said. Ain't that what he said? Go and do what you have what? Don't be scared. But then what he said? But make mine first. That's cold. But make me mine's what? And bring it to me. And then after you make mine and bring it to me, then you can go do what you what? You would have think he would have said, oh, don't worry about it. I'm good. I ain't going to take your last. I wouldn't dare do you that. Ain't what he said. He said, that's cool. He said, just give me first. That had to be a brother. I'm just saying. Watch this. God always demands his first. And the reason why many of us are not blessed, the reason why we don't experience God in the way that we want to experience him, the reason why our lives are stuck in a rut is we keep telling God we don't have it, but the truth is we got it, we just won't give it to him first. We keep saying, wait, God, I'm going to give you some more time. As soon as I get some. Wait, God. I'm going to give you some more. Just wait, God. And in the meantime, I need you to bless me. There's always risk in sacrifice. Watch this. And you cannot reap the reward of sacrifice without sacrificing first. I want you to get that. There is always risk involved in sacrifice. Why? Because I might sacrifice and things might not turn out the way I wanted them to turn out. There's risk, but watch this. That's where faith kicks in. And my faith says if I sacrifice it for the sake of God, he is a God who will honor the sacrifice that I make for him. A whole lot of us, you want that relationship like God say do it. But you won't sacrifice being lonely right now. You're in a relationship that you know you shouldn't be in. God done already told you he ain't the one. She ain't the one. But Lord, I got something. And it's a man shortage out here these days. You want the reward without sacrificing what? First. God gives no such thing. 14. Come on, watch what happens. For thus says the Lord God of Israel, the bowl of flour shall not be exhausted, nor shall the jar of oil be empty until the day that the Lord sends rain on the face of the earth. 15. Watch this. So she went and did according to the word of Elijah. Get it? And she and her household ate for many what? What happened till we gonna eat this and die? 16 tells us what happened. The bowl of flour was not exhausted, nor did the jar of oil become empty, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke through Elijah. You know what happened? Because she was willing to sacrifice, she got to experience God like she had never experienced him before. Every day, she went back to the bin. And every day, she had what she needed in the bin. Every day, she went back to the bin, and they had just enough flour and just enough oil to feed her and her son and the man of God. Every day, God met her at the flour bin. Some of us got a stale relationship with God, where we hadn't felt his presence, hadn't felt his power in a long time. And we can't figure out why. And the reason why is because there's an area of your life that you keep holding on to. And God is begging that you would sacrifice it to him. See, when I got my fist closed like this, nothing can get out. But also nothing can get what? Some of us got relationships that we got a closed fist on. We got stuff that we withholding from God. And God's impressed upon us to release it. But we keep saying it's all I got. And the thing that we're missing is, as long as my fist is closed, I got what I got. But the other thing is, God can't give me nothing else. And what I got to learn to do is give up so that I can go up. And I don't get to go up before I learn to give up. I got to give up my way of thinking. I got to give up what I want for my life. I got to give up what I believe is the best way, and I got to sacrifice it so that God can elevate me to where, Pastor, to experience him like I never have before. To heights that I never dreamed or imagined. But it'll never happen unless I learn the law of sacrifice. Giving up what's good to me for what's best from God. I got to tell you this, Faith Bible. Over the next few years, hear me on this. And if you're a guest, this ain't for you. You probably picked the wrong Sunday to come, or maybe not. For those of us who are regular attenders and members of Faith Bible Church, I'm going to be calling on you over the next year or so to be sacrificial. Why, Pastor? Because our children need us to be sacrificial. Listen. We got a gym back there that serves its purpose. But to be honest with you, that gym, the message it sends is we don't care about our children. We're not going to send that message. We got a children's building over there that's useful, but it's not excellent. And the message it sends is we used to care about our children. Hear me. Lord, spare life. God's probably given me 20, 25, 30 years here at Faith Bible Church. And I refuse to leave to the next generation offerings that bear no sacrifice. I want what's best for my kids. I got a grandchild due in 1 month. You know what I want that grandchild to say? My grandfather left me a legacy. I could see where he sacrificed. I could see where he gave up so that I can go up. And I want the same thing for every child of Faith Bible Church. I'm calling it Vision 2020. I'm going to be reaching out to you. It won't get done unless we sacrifice. But I promise you that if we do, God's going to honor it. We're going to leave something on this corner that generations after us will say, man, how in the world did those people in the middle of the hood in a small town like Covington, Louisiana, accomplish all that? And you will be nothing except we were willing to practice the law of sacrifice.
Thank you so much for tuning in to What's Up with Dr. A. Nathan Young. I hope you enjoyed it. And listen, I want to invite you to do two things. Number one, if the word impacted you, if it engaged you, I want to invite you to visit our website at myfaithbible.org. The way we keep this ministry going is through your support. So while you're there, click on the giving tab and then TV ministry and help us keep this going. The other thing that I want to invite you to do is join us whenever you're in the area at 1148 North Columbia Street in Covington, Louisiana for 7:45 and 10:45 on Sunday mornings. Also at 57209 Allen Road and Slidell at 9 a.m. every Sunday morning. We got some really special services coming up. We're excited about our Christmas Eve Candlelight service that are going to be happening at all of our services, both campuses, on Christmas Eve during our regular worship times. So that's 7:45 and 10:45 in Covington and 9 a.m. in Slidell. Join us for our Candlelight Christmas Eve service. I'm sure you'll be glad that you did, and I cannot wait to see you there. God bless and happy holidays.